coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Ready, ready.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run Devontae Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
He's up to about the 47-yard line. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Play there, a nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Ready, 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Look go! Hey, right hash. Let's go, motion.
They'll run it with Goldman. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Now it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Gun! Ready! White 25! 12! Get up! 11! Mike 27!
Now it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, Sub! Gun! 11! Gun! Gun! Ready to go!
Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
3 down. Eddie, sit on it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Let's go.
Come on now.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Black, come on.
Wins to throw on second down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time.
Hang in there
Eagles
now.
coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And Tate's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Hot.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good chip. Black, come on. Liz 5-2.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Again, it's Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Grady Jarrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Single. 45's the mic.
Black, come on.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. It's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now Ryan on second down. The left side completion to Jones. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out and ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
21. Check. Space. Ready. 280.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Key 26.
Ready. 280. Hey, express.
Mike 27. Watch the slant.
11. Wait. Get up. Get up.
Hey, check.
Ready, set.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bryant's kick is good. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Here's Bosher to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution?
Let's go.
Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Space to maneuver at the 40. And complete to Zach Ertz. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A very solid gain of 27.
81.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and
Come
find
on
a way
now.
to start
Let's go.
coming down with them.
And this time,
Lion.
contact and another incomplete pass.
81.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar.
On the ball.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Great 15.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
81.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Blue 80, black 25. 58, get up. Ready, set.
Here's Ryan to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right.
Ready. Blue 80.
4 down.
Ready, go.
On 2nd down, Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Break. 21. Gun. Ready. Black 25.
Yes, Mike. We got to get the back.
Ready, set.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun. Ready. White 25. Ready. Go.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 38.
Hey. 4 down.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Lion.
Shotgun now for Wentz. First has it left side. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Let's go. Great.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Zach Ertz taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. Elliott now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. Yep. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Wide open receiver complete. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Pardon me, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
4 down.
Ready. Back 25. Hey, Tuesday.
They'll run it out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Ready. Wide 25.
Under crunch.
21.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch the curl.
And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Watch two. Single.
Ready. Wide 25.
To throw on second down. Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Ready, Blue 80. Space. Wait.
I got motion.
Ready, touch.
Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They got 29 yards that time. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Ready to go. Black 25.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
On.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Get up.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Ready. Blue Eddie. Hey, watch that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
He wasn't ready.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Blue 80. Mike, 58, right there. Let him go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown.
Let's go.
And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Hey, boys, we got four down.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Even.
Ready. Blue 80.
58, boys, 58.
Hey, Red Lance.
Back to throw. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where
82.
your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Practice this all the time,
That's it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, stash.
He's back to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
He'll look to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Great 15.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Winston company with some work to do after the sack.
Black, come on.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tech McKinley in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Great 15.
Alert. 3 now.
What's on?
Check 59. Mike is...
Now Wentz, got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Space. Ready, blue 80. Left. Go.
Ryan wants to throw it. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Get up.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
54, south. Gotta go. Blue 80.
Yeah, we got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Throwing now is Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.